Bam. Bam. My peoples. My peoples. Welcome to a new episode of Boxing for Breakfast. I'm your host, Jay Smith. You know what it is, man. We're about to deliver a healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. What a weekend of boxing, my peoples. The young guns showed out. All of them. Listen, let me start off with Rohan Polanco. Um, well, I'm talking about the fights that I watched myself because there were fights before that, but I missed out. Rohan Polanco, he was amazing. And I say that because the fight went the distance, but he got to display all of the resources within his arsenal. He fought an opponent that just wouldn't go down, wouldn't back down, wouldn't stop punching. Good fighter. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. When you're a young fighter like Rohan is, you have to have opponents like that on your way up. You know, this kid, he's very talented, and you can see the potential for him to become a world champion. But not just that, even a star, a big star in the game. So, Rohan Polanco, salute and congratulations, man. Great job, performed, did what he had to do, won by unanimous decision versus a tough opponent. Unlaced, salute, my G. Bam. Um, then after Rohan, we got Shushu Carrington. Oh, no, wait a minute. Almost skipped my boy, El General Fernando Vargas. Oh, my. Emiliano Vargas, El General, my people. Did you see that knockout? Whoa. That I gotta start off by saying that. Whoa. Emiliano Vargas with the devastating blow. If you saw that knockout, my people, you know what I'm talking about. That was quite brutal. And just to give you the quick recap of how that knockout happened, first of all, the the first thing that I have to point out, my peoples, about that knockout is that it happened within 20 seconds of the first round. You think about that. 20 seconds into the first round, Emiliano Vargas, little step back, not much, little move back. Boom! That was so fast, so sharp, timed perfectly. Dropped his opponent, and bro just couldn't get up from that. He just couldn't do it. The referee had to wave it because he was trying to stand up and kind of tipped over. You see he was hurt. But there you have it. Emiliano Vargas showed us that he has one-punch knockout power. He's done it before. Did it again 20 seconds into the round, and that was just explosive, my peoples. Yo, tell you what, man, Fernando Vargas, he's preparing him to do big things. Salute to Emiliano Vargas, B. Bam! Great win. Great performance. Great job. Let's move on, my people, to Shushu Carrington. Look, man, Shushu Carrington, I would say, was in the same situation as Rohan Polanco. You know, faced one of these opponents that you don't really know, you never really seen before, but supposedly he's good. He can fight. And yo, the guy was fighting. The guy was fighting. Look, I'm gonna even show you. This dude was fighting. Shushu was landing all type of shots on Buddy. And just like Rohan's opponent, my man's kept going forward, throwing punches, landing some good punches too. This was not an easy win for Shushu. I mean, and I always say this, sometimes the scorecards don't tell you the whole story. You know why? Because a fighter could pitch a shutout in the scorecards, and the fight in the ring where you're watching it still be competitive. That opponent still landing a lot of shots too. You know, it's just they're facing someone who's special. Shu Shu is a special fighter, and Rohan Polanco is as well. That's why you see these guys winning these fights, but they was facing tough opponents. Make no mistake about it, my peoples. Both of their opponents was there to fight, trying to take it from them. Look at the stoppage, man. That's a perfect counter right hand. The way Emiliano just kind of look. It's like that he went look. Boom. There was no time. My man's could not. He had no opportunity to react. Look. Boom. That's it. Done deal. Done deal. And if you notice, Emiliano put his whole body weight behind that. When you watch it real quick, it doesn't look like much, but look at his body weight behind that punch. Boom. So how he leaned into it, bang. Caught him flush. That's it. And it was a wrap. So 20 seconds into the first round, that tells you, man, Emiliano Vargas is putting the division on notice. Like, yo, my peoples, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, my peoples. I'ma holla at y'all. What a performance, man. What a performance from Emiliano Vargas. And then the same with Shushu Carrington. You know, he didn't stop his opponent, but if you watch that fight, you saw the combinations. You saw the body shots. You saw the footwork. You saw everything from Shushu Carrington. When a fight goes the distance, you can see a lot of things in a fighter's game. You can tell, okay, is he only doing the same thing over and over and over? Or are there... Because, look, there's fighters that are very, very good, but not versatile at all. They just do the same thing very good, but they're not versatile. Look at Shushu Carrington. You can see he could do it on the inside, win the exchanges, and then he can outbox you. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, in my personal opinion, Shushu Carrington has one of the best jabs in boxing. One of the best jabs in boxing. Watch it. It's like a whip. What? I'm trying to tell you. Check it out. And of course, the main event, my people, Xander Zayas, again, showed us that he's a special fighter. That's what I'm trying to tell people. You gotta watch these guys when they cannot stop their opponents. When it's a guy that's not gonna lay down, that's not just gonna go away. Yo, Xander Zayas faced the guy that was in his face. But guess what? That's what made that fight that good to display what he has. Because we saw the footwork. We saw Xander Zayas on his toes, bouncing around, moving. See? So anybody who think that he's just a brawler or that he's just gonna go forward throwing punches, no. He could use the footwork very effectively. And that's what we saw. Look, Xander just kept making homeboy miss. Making him miss, making him pay. Making him miss and making him pay, my people. That's what Xander was about. If you watched him, look. Going to the body, going to the head. And I've been saying that there's things that Xander Zayas does that remind me of Tito Trinidad. Mainly the left hook. And I've been getting some slack for people telling me, no. Oh, look at this, my people. I've had folks telling me that Xander, he's very stationary. Look at the footwork, my peoples. That footwork, he's on his toes. Look, moving, giving them angles. Look at Xander Zayas' footwork, look. I'm trying to tell you, look, goes to the right. Look, goes to the left. Look, goes to the right again. Come on, my peoples. You see the footwork in Xander Zayas? You saw that two-piece? That was a two-piece right there. A chicken wing, a biscuit, no soda. Right there on the spot. Pop, pop. That's why I tell you, chat, you don't, you can't get to the top without having these type of fights. As a young fighter, you need these because you get, when you get to the highest level, you're not just gonna wash through your opponents. You're not just gonna run through them. You're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to go the distance. So this actually was a very good opponent for Xander Zayas to fight, earn that title, win that title, going the distance, and having to display everything that you have. As opposed to, a first, second round knockout where, okay, it's over, that's it, easy win. What happens when you face someone who's not going to lay down? We saw it right now. Xander Zayas. Look, this guy who fought Xander Zayas, he's a very good boxer. I'm familiar with him. I've seen him fight before. Ooh, Xander Zayas with the left hook and the right hand to the wake piece, my people. Look at the combinations to the body, to the dome piece. You see what I'm trying to tell you? Xander Zayas is a special fighter. I had somebody tell me yesterday that Xander is not elite. Chat. Ooh, Xander Zayas with the 4-piece combo. You see? 2 chicken wings, 2 biscuits, no soda. Hang them out to dry. There you go, my peoples. Xander Zayas. Chat, let me know. Do you guys think Xander Zayas is an elite level fighter or he isn't? Y'all tell me. I want to hear you guys' opinion. Because me personally, I've already made my mind. I already seen what I have to see to say. This kid is special. He's going to accomplish a lot. Right now, at 22 years old, the youngest boxer. He is the youngest reigning champion right now at 22 years old. There is no younger champion in any weight class than Xander Zayas. Come on in. So I ask you guys, is Xander Zayas an elite level fighter in your eyes? I say he is. I personally say he is. Because we have to take into account the way that he's been able to climb up the rankings. It's been special to see it. He's been doing what he's supposed to do. And finally, and by the way, there's something I want to point out about Xander Zayas, my people, that you have to keep in mind. He was Sebastian Fundora's mandatory. And if you recall, in Sebastian Fundora's last fight, he showed up. And he wanted to do a face-off and everything. And Fundora's team was like, nah, we good. But he showed up. What I'm trying to tell you with that, what I'm trying to tell you by that, is that Xander Zayas actually wanted that smoke with Sebastian Fundora, my people. You imagine that? At 22, oh shit, what? I'm wilding. At 22 years old, this young lion wanted that smoke with Sebastian Fundora. You imagine that? What do you think about that? What do you think that says about Xander Zayas? That he's the youngest world champion right now in boxing is Xander Zayas. And he wants to look, I'm gonna put it to you like this. And you can look it up. You don't have to take my word for it. Xander Zayas has expressed interest in fighting Tim Tszyu, in fighting Virgil Ortiz, and in fighting Sebastian Fundora. What does that tell you about the type of fighter that he is? Or the type of confidence that he has in himself when he's calling out the best? He's saying, yo, I'll fight the best. Look, I'll fight you. I want to fight all of you. This kid he's really reaching for greatness. I tell you. That's why I say that title that he now has that made him the youngest champion in boxing belonged to Sebastian Fundora before he vacated it. Yeah, let that sizzle in your spirit. Sebastian Fundora could have fought Xander Zayas to keep that title. He chose to vacate it. Let that sizzle in your spirit, my peoples. So, and by the way, I must say this about Xander Zayas. I want you guys to keep this in mind. Because he's young, obviously he a young fighter, right? Because of his age, people are gonna be hating on him. You're gonna see all the hate on Xander. And you're gonna start seeing that narrative. Oh, who he beat, who he fought. He ain't fight nobody. He ain't beat nobody. Why? Because they're not gonna want to accept his greatness. So now I can already see Xander Zayas building a fan base of haters against him. Mr. KO, yo, Jay Smith, what's going on? I've been under the radar for a minute. I had some medical issues I had to clear. What's the deal, Mr. KO? Talk to me. I hope you're doing good, my brother. Malik K, interested and reach out to PBC about the fight is two different things. Fundora best at 154. Well, my brother, I gotta agree with you 100% with that. Fundora is the best at 154. He's the man. Right now, the 154 division belongs to Sebastian Fundora. There's no getting around that. However, Xander Zayas, Malik K, don't just say he expressed interest. Let's call it what it is. Xander Zayas was Sebastian Fundora's mandatory, and Fundora decided to vacate the title and fight somebody else. So a correction, Malik K, what actually happened is that Fundora chose not to defend his title versus Xander Zayas, and that's why Zayas fought for a vacant title. I'm showing y'all a commercial and shit. So Xander Zayas, right now, is a champion in the 154 division because Fundora wouldn't defend. It's the same way that Devin Haney became a champion at 135 when Loma wouldn't defend. Same situation. Mr. K, do you think Xander is ready for the world champions at 154? I do. I do, bro. He does. Look, I'm going to tell you, Mr. Kayo, what I think, whether or not he's ready, but also what route they should go, right? So, Xander Zayas is only 22 years old. There's no need to rush him, right? There's no need to right away put him against these guys, these other world champions. No. At 22 years old, you could give him a year or two defending his title in his sanctioning body. Bam, 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 defend title. Get a couple of paychecks. And then when y'all say, okay, let's pull the trigger, bam, put him up against the big dogs. But look how interesting it is that Xander Zayas is 22 years old, and we get to ask, is he ready for the big dogs? And Tank Davis, 30 years old, and ain't nobody asking that. Like, when is he gonna be ready for the big dogs, my G? Talk to me. Let me know, man. Golly. Xander Zayas, 22. We want to know if he's ready for the big guns. Tank Davis, 30. Ready to retire. About to fight Jake Paul. Mr. KO, if y'all rocking with the live, do something. That's free. And like, yeah, man, damn, that like button is free, my people. That's facts. Christopher, yo, big ups to Puerto Rico and their new champ. Puerto Rico, oh, Puerto Rico now has the youngest reigning champion in boxing. Xander Zayas, man. Special young fighter. Be trying to tell people. Mr. KO, facts. Let's talk about the routes. But you know he the WBO is with defending their belt. They quick to strip if they don't get their mandatory defenses. I mean, but it's like I said, right now, Xander Zayas doesn't have to rush to try to unify titles and do these other things. Look, at 22 years old, you can fight if you're a champion, whoever you want within your sanctioning body. And they're going to be highly ranked opponents. You know, look, Mr. KO, I'm going to tell you the narrative right now that's going to go down with Xander Zayas. And you're going to see it play out, right? I'm going to show you, Mr. KO, the J. Stradamus prediction, because I see it coming already. So I'm going to tell it to you before it happens. With Xander Zayas becoming the youngest world champion in boxing, right? The youngest reigning champion. Don't confuse the two. You know, I'm not saying that he's the youngest champion ever. He's the youngest reigning champion. Meaning right now at 22 years old, there isn't a younger champion than himself in boxing in 2025. And because of that, Xander Zayas is going to start getting a lot of hate. What do I mean by that? As a world champion, he's going to be defending his titles. We're going to see him do that, right? What does that mean? Very simple. That he's going to be fighting highly ranked opponents within the sanctioning body. So these guys who are going to be ranked top 10, top 8, top 7, top 5, they're going to call them bums. They're going to say that they nobody. Now you let that sizzle in your spirit. As soon as somebody that is ranked in the top 10 of a sanctioning body, as soon as somebody says, oh no, that's a bum, you know that they don't know shit about boxing. But that's going to be the narrative that they spread out. So I can already see the haters building and forming like Voltron against Xander Zayas, which leads to him becoming a bigger star even faster. He's already, going to shoot to stardom, already on that process. But all the haters and all the people that's already aligning against them are going to make it to where that process is faster. Wait and see. Remember that I told you here first. Jay Smith on this episode of Boxing for Breakfast let you know. Xander Zayas is going to have a huge hater fan base. Let's see who's going to emerge. I'm already seeing some of his haters, but the narrative is going to be that he's not fighting anybody, that his opponents ain't nobody, and that he can't beat nobody. That's going to be the narrative. Watch. My peoples, Jay Stradamus is giving you the scoop. Boxing International NYC. Boxing International NYC. Whoa. Email champ. Do you know about boxing? Do you know how you got that belt? Boxing International, your first comment, email champ, is just a question. And I don't see no profile picture. Do you have Facebook or Instagram? Y'all know where this is headed if you know this account. Mr. K, your email champ, shit. Just stop. Fighters been fighting for vacant belts for years. Before you was even thought of boxing. Listen. Mr. K, your international, Boxing International NYC, it looks like it could be a fake account, but I could be wrong. But Boxing International NYC, let us know what's good. You got Instagram or Facebook where we could verify you're an actual boxing account? Because, Boxing International NYC, I don't know. I don't know Boxing International NYC. Boxing International NYC, I asked you a simple question, though. Do you have Instagram, Facebook? Okay, you got a gym. That's awesome. Can I have look, that's my IG. Send me the IG to your gym. Or your IG. I just want to... And look, Boxing International, if you're new to the channel and you actually have a gym, I'm going to show you your respect. But there's a stalker who creates fake accounts and goes into the channel just to talk crazy. So if you can go ahead and share any info to verify about your gym and about whatever it is, then we get it. If you can't verify anything, then we also get it. And right away, we in the mood for a vegetable salad. Mr. KO, I don't think Xander has to defend against other world champions, but he does need to fight other high-ranked contenders, mandatories in his sanctioning bodies. And he will. I could pretty much guarantee you that he will. I can pretty much guarantee you that he will. So, Boxing International NYC, I've never seen your account before. You're saying that you have a gym, okay, but, if you could verify your account, share any social media, anything that shows who you actually are, so that we know that you're not another burner account of the vegetable salad. Mr. KO. But after he clears about 2-3, then I think it should be time to unify. I believe he'll be more ready then. I agree with you 100%. Look, he could even do more than 2 or 3. Look, this is my opinion, right? Based on his age, 22 years old, Xander could wait even 3 years to attempt to unify. He could fight till 25 years old and then go for a unification. Yo, bro, Tank Davis is 30 and he has never unified a belt. Tank has never fought a unification fight in his career. So, a 22-year-old kid, you don't got to push him. Yeah, Mr. KO. Mr. KO. I don't know. It's looking like Boxing International NYC. It's a vegetable salad. But again, look, I'm gonna put it to you like this, Mr. KO. Look at the landscape and see how many fighters are fighting unification fights and younger than 25. Bam is one of them. Bam's superstar, right? But keep searching around and see how old are fighters that are fighting for unification fights. Teofimo did it, I think. Yeah, Teofimo, I think, unified before that age. But it's like I said, man, at 22 years old, there's no need. Wait till he's like 25. Till he's like 25. That's what I would do. Look, in 3 years, he could make 9 fights. 3 fights per year. And you know, I'm talking about with the highly ranked opponents in his sanctioning bodies. The best, all of the best around, bam, 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 knock them off. Now, by the time you're 25, you've grown into your main strength. Go get it. Time to unify, buddy. Do your thing. Do your thing, buddy. You know. But why rush a 22-year-old kid? I don't think it's necessary, that's all. The hydro grind. Xander not ready for any real challenge in that weight class. Champions or even contenders. Now, he's beating the contenders. Not beating the contenders, whooping the contenders. Now, by the way, that was a contender that he beat to win the belt. Mr. KO, we need to make boxing great again. I think Subriel wants to unify at 140. Subriel wants to unify at 140, but go unify with Devin Haney because right now, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez seem to be on a collision course. That's all I gotta say. Malik K, please don't compare Tank to these. Big bro, respectfully. Well, you know, you do realize that Tank never fought unification fights, right? So all I'm saying is, if Xander Zayas is 22 years old, why ask him to fight a unification when Tank Davis is 30 and he never fought a unification? If you ask Xander to unify, you better be kicking Tank door down, asking him to unify at 30 years old. He about to be 31 soon, by the way. Mr. KO, flat foot Matias, tough, but he loses to Teo. Yeah, I see Teofimo Lopez beating Subriel Matias. Subriel can fight, I respect him, but I see Teofimo in boxing. Imada 210, good morning, Jay Smith. How are you doing? Love the shades, appreciate it, fam. Mr. KO. Oh, Imada 22, I'm verifying accounts. Imada 22, I'm verifying accounts. Do you have IG or Facebook? Let me know which one you have, Imada 210. Mr. KO, I know you don't like Tank. Jay Smith, he always catching strays. Nah, he not catching strays, my brother. The point is that you cannot have these expectations of one fighter and then erase those expectations for another fighter. And I always point that out. Why people want other fighters to fight the best, and when Tank Davis' name come up, nobody know nothing. Come on, my brother. Check it out, Imada 210. Hit me with a DM. We're gonna get you verified and we're gonna get you back in the building. Right there, brother. Bam. Superman. Good morning. What's going on? I still don't have. Oh, I got you, Superman. Hold on. I'm still here for that breakfast. Ooh, getting that early morning. Yo, Superman, check this out. Look. They already helmet tank needs to fight someone. They don't want it. Look, Superman. Hit me right there on my DM. We're gonna get you your wrench back. I'm verifying because I have a vegetable salad stalker. And I gotta verify. But my peoples, again, I repeat, at 22 years old, there's no need to push Xander Zayas. 22. Give him a couple of years. Let him, because I tell you what, at 22, I'm not saying that he can't win big fights. I'm not suggesting that he cannot win big fights. What I'm saying is that there's no need to put him up against those type of opponents this early in his career. Let the haters hate. Let the haters spread the narrative that he ain't fight nobody and he ain't beat nobody. He's going to be beating highly ranked opponents. And they still going to say those people are nobodies. If a guy's ranked number 4 in the sanctioning body, ranked number 4 among hundreds of fighters, ranked number 4. If you say he's a bum, that's because you don't know shit about boxing. That's it. That's the only reason. I follow you in DM on IG, brother. Oh, shit. On that same IG that I just showed you? On that same IG, Imada 210? Okay, so look, send me another one right now. Because I got so much that I didn't see it. Send me another one right now. We'll verify you. Bam. Put that wrench on there. Malik K. 10 wanted to unify but got ducked. And the guy retired. Oh my God. This guy said 10 wanted to unify but got ducked. And the guy retired. 10 wanted to unify. Malik K. Malik K. Malik K. Malik K. You're saying weird stuff. I don't know if you really... I don't know, Malik K. You made me question it. Malik K, send that DM. Let's get you verified if you need your wrench. You need your wrench? You need your joint? Right there, Malik K. Let's get you verified. ASAP. I don't know. Malik K says Tank wanted to unify. Imada, DM. Except test. Imada, damn Imada, but I can't see the account. I can't see the actual account because it's private. Alright, look, Imada, look. I'ma dial you. I'ma call you real quick and then I'ma hang up. My people's Imada 210 being verified to get that wrench. You verify with Jay Smith, you get your wrench. You get your wrench. Oh, Imada 210 is in the building. Imada 2... Salute, my brother. Let me show you to the peoples. Hold up. My peoples, Imada 210 is in the building. Guess who getting that blue wrench right now? Guess who getting that? My brother, salute. I appreciate you. You already know. My peoples. You just witnessed Imada 210 get that wrench live right in front of your face. Bam, 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 bam. Bang, Imada 210. Bang, Imada 210 with the wrench. Salute, my brother. Boom. My peoples. So again, I say about Xander Zayas, if this is a boring channel, you need to take a break. Watch a little bit more and maybe you start enjoying it. Shut your pie hole and watch Jay Smith. And then you start having fun. Mr. K. Lomachenko ain't won it with Tank. That was debunked. The fight could happen at 130. Tank ain't have shit at the time. By the time Tank had a belt, Loma leaving going up to fight Teofimo. Damn, Mr. KO, somebody lied to you. Who lied to you? Look, Mr. KO, if you tell me who told you that, I promise in front of you I'll call him a liar. I will say, you lying. You're a liar. Who lied to you like that, Mr. KO? They can't be lying to my young guns like that. They lied to you. They lied to you, Mr. KO. Severely. I'm going to just refer you to one Floyd Mayweather video where he says, Lomachenko is in a rush because he getting old. We not in a rush. We could wait. We could wait. And now, look how much they waited until Lomachenko was 37 years old. Yeah, we want you now. Let's fight. Right when you got one foot out the door about to retire, let's fight now. Took a couple of tough losses. We want you. Does that playbook sound familiar? Let's get it, my people. Does that playbook sound familiar? John Parham in the building. John Parham. Salute, my brother. Bam. You already know what it is, man. John Parham, let me ask you the question. When it comes to Xander Zayas, I've already told everybody. I see the narrative coming. I gave them the Jay Stradamus prediction. I see already. People are gonna say that he's not fighting anybody, that he's not that good, that he's fighting bums. It doesn't matter how highly ranked the opponents are that he's beating. They still gonna label him, hype job and all that stuff. Do you think that Xander Zayas, being that he's only 22 years old, should he stay within his sanctioning bodies and keep defending, fighting highly ranked opponents for a few fights, get developed? Or should he right away go after the big guns, the Fedora, the everybody else who's in the division, the big guns? John Parham, Garcia wasn't a bum. No, he wasn't a very good fighter. Very, very. I've seen him before. He's a very good fighter. But if you don't know shit about boxing, or if you're a hater, then you're going to say exactly that. Malik K, I asked you if you could verify your IG, and you ignore that. You ignore that question, Malik K. What happened? Malik K, I asked you if you could verify your social media, and I noticed that you didn't respond. So, look, Malik K, I'm going to help you out here. Put you on a little break. Take a little 30-minute break. And when you come back, you can verify your social media. That way, we can have a good interaction. My peoples, John Parham, I think he needs 1-2 more fights, then go to the big dogs. So you think at 23 years old, go for Fedora and the other big guns at 154? I don't know, man. I don't see it that way. I don't think that there's a need. I don't think that there's a need to do it that fast. Although, I feel like he has the talent to do it that fast, but there's no need. You're young. That's why I make the example. Look, Tank Davis is 30 years old. Never fought a unification fight in his entire career. And we're already talking about unifying with a 22-year-old kid. So it's like we set a different bar. When we see a young elite level fighter, we set a different bar for them than what we're setting for somebody who's been a champion for how long already? And in how many divisions? So you're going to see already a hater narrative building against Xander Zayas to where they're questioning his resume, questioning his opponents, telling them to unify. Completely the opposite of what they do every time Tank Davis come up. When Tank Davis come up, they don't talk about unification. They don't talk about fighting the best. They don't talk about not fighting the champions or the big dogs around the division. But with a 22-year-old kid, we're going to do that. Road dog, Zayas should go slow and avoid the more seasoned fighters who are further ahead of him and in their prime. I think he can fight within his sanctioning body, all of them. Defend your title. Sit there, defend your title. I would say maybe he shouldn't fight the champions in the other sanctioning bodies, which are the best of the best in those sanctioning bodies, but he's ready to fight almost everybody regardless of how seasoned they are. The hybrid grind, Xander got no power and his defense is weak. Let me ask you a question, the hydro grind. Did you verify your account? Let's get you your wrench. He got hit with punches thrown from miles away. Imagine Madrimo for Sue catching him. The hydro grind. Did you verify your account? Let's get you your wrench. Bertha Gomes, what up? Good morning, bro. What up, Bertha? I'm verifying accounts this morning, Bertha. Can you please verify which social media do you use, Facebook or IG? So again, my peoples, Domingo Bonilla, Xander might be the weaker 154-pounder only because that weight class is deep with talent. If the Cuban elevates to champ, then the Cuban will be the weakest. The Cuban signed with MVP. The Cuban... Oh, whoa, the Hydra grind. It's a verified account. Yo, hold on, man. Yo, Hydra grind. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, Hydra grind. You should have been... How you ain't even got a wrench up in here? Stop. Come on, man. Come on, man. Again, my peoples, let me know. I got you, the hydro grind. Damn, I had a feeling. I was like, damn, this dude know boxing, man. I know it. I know it. You expose hydro grind. You're a boxing head, too. Domingo Bonilla, Xander might be the weakest 154-pounder, only because that weight class is deep. I don't know, man. Look, I think that people are going to start underestimating Xander Zayas now that he's a world champion. And all I say is this. Watch the things that he does as opposed to just focusing on, oh, he hasn't beaten big names. Because that's going to turn into a narrative. People are going to say that he ain't beat nobody, that he ain't done nothing. Bertha Gomes, I see that you could not say anything about verifying an account. Come on, Bertha. I'm going to need you to take a little 30-minute break. You could get back to us with some type of verification. Because that was not a joke. Domingo Bonilla, whoever says Xander's weak, he's only 22 years old. He hasn't developed his man's strength yet. And that's the reason why I say you don't need to rush him to unify titles. Wait. Let's take our time. And let's wait. Let's allow him to develop. By 24, 25, that's it. He's gonna be stronger, faster. Like he's not even in his prime yet. 22-year-old world champion. Morning, Ryan. Come over here. Mr. KO. Got J. Smith ducking my... Oh, nah, no, wait. Oh, nice. Give me a hug. You want to say good morning to the people? Say good morning to the people. Mr. KO, you know I never ducked the smoke. Matter of fact, we should go on live tonight. Mr. KO, we should go live tonight. What you talking about? Never come out. Mr. KO, you know I never ducked. Let me know if you want that smoke tonight. Mr. KO, they never ducked each other at 130 either. The fight was meant to happen at 135, but Tang Loma for losing to Tio. No, Mr. KO. That's some tankomaniac fed you that logic. Whoever told you that it was some tankomaniac, I promise you. Or whoever you read that, some tankomaniac gave you that logic. Tank Davis could have fought Lomachenko many, many times over. After different fights, different points, they could have fought. And Floyd Mayweather did not want it to happen. He stated that on video, Mr. KO. So the notion what you're saying that it was supposed to happen, that it was never meant to happen. Who told you when the fight was never meant to happen? Who told you this? A tankomaniac, Mr. KO. Don't let the tankomaniacs fool you. They're gonna give you deceiving logics. Like, where does that even language come from? The fight was never meant to happen. Come on, my brother. That's the tankomaniacs brainwashing you. Domingo Bonilla, I give him 24 months to be a beast. We shall see, man. We shall see. Mr. KO, hey, check the resume, though, when you get time. Which resume, Mr. KO? Tank Davis' resume? I seen it. Beat Jose Pedraza, the only reigning champion he beat in his division. Then everybody else either moved up, moved down. He moved up. He always some type of funny move. Imada 210, Ryan, boom. I'm just calling it how I see it, my peoples. Calling it how I see it. John Parent, that's why I said at 24, let him lose. And I said 24, 25 years old. He's 22 right now. Give him 2, 3 more years. And let him grow into that strength. Mr. KO, Lil Champ in a building. Strap season boxing. Xander should fight Cowell. Strap season boxing, we verifying accounts. Strap season boxing, we verifying accounts. Can you verify your IG? Can you verify your IG or your Facebook or any social media that you have? Strap season boxing. Let us know, Strap season boxing. Mr. KO, Tank was not ready for Loma at 130. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure how you decided that he wasn't ready for Loma at 130, but at 135, Loma also tried to get that smoke and Tank still ducked it. So that debunks that. That debunks that. Strap season boxing. Conwell will put Xander out for the belt. Strap season boxing. We're waiting to verify. Waiting, Strap season boxing. What social media do you have? Strap season boxing. Strap season boxing. Calling out Strap season boxing. We didn't get an answer, Strap season boxing, about any social media accounts that you may have. Now just take a 30-minute break and come back with your verification, family. Because you got me in the mood for vegetable salad over here. John Parent, his YouTube account is only 4 months old. We already know who that is. Straight up vegetable salad. John Parent, if you happen to spot new accounts, verify how old they are. Put it right there in the comments. New accounts, any account that started after boxing for breakfast has to verify. If not, they out of here. Sí, está bien, little. Stinger from above. My bad for hating yesterday, bro. You're a good dude, OG. I appreciate it, Stinger from above. If you can verify your account, you got a wrench for yourself. Get yourself a blue wrench. Domingo Bonilla. When I see stuff like this, I start looking at Wilfredo did, how he became a champion at 17 years old, youngest champion in history. And now Puerto Rico got the youngest champion in boxing. Wilfredo Bonilla. Get your blue wrench. Do you have Instagram or Facebook, Wilfredo Bonilla? Let me know which one you got. Get your blue wrench. John Parham. Tank my guy, but not a tankomaniac. Nah, you're definitely not a tankomaniac. Definitely not. Mr. KO, I ain't a tankomaniac. I'm a tank fan. Like Shakur, Andy Cruz, and Mason. Y'all biased ones. Oh, no, no, no. You're not a tankomaniac. It's just that a tankomaniac brainwashed you. That's all that was. That's all that was. So, Maker, I got a vegetable salad stalker. And Maker, you know what? You should have been had your blue wrench. You should have been had your blue wrench, Maker.
No sé por qué está tan elevada la tarifa de los motores. Hoy los motores están cobrando 300 pesos.
Maker, you should have been had your blue wrench, man. Stop it. So, but I can't give you, look, I can't give you the blue wrench. I can't give a zero blue wrench, bro, without verification. I can't do it. So, anything, your Facebook, Instagram, anything, boom, your blue wrench is in the building. Rodo, when did my account start? I don't know, to be honest. But when your account started, it doesn't really prove anything. Because the stalker also got some old accounts, some real old ones. So I don't know if this is one of those, raw dog. But if you verify your social media, you got a blue wrench on the spot. On the spot. Mr. KO, I viene por ahí. He overhyped because of his KO highlights and one punch KOs. Who's overhyped? Stinger from above. I'm going to tell you Stinger from above, but you haven't verified, so it could be you. So go ahead, Stinger from above. Let me know. Look, send me a DM. Do you have Instagram or Facebook? Let me know which one you got, Stinger from above. Because I don't really want, I'm not going to tell you about the vegetable salad right now. So, my peoples, listen. It's support you. I'll support you, Jay Smith, and the channel. Wrench or not, my guy. No, I understand, Maker. Wrench or not, it's all good. So, even if it's not for the wrench, but I'm saying, you verify yourself, I know who I'm talking to. If you're not verified, I don't know who I'm talking to. So you might think, oh, whoa, Jay's not interacting with me the same. That's because I'm dealing with a situation and you got an account with just an image, no picture, no way to know who Maker is, other than the comments right there. Stinger from above. Bro, I promise, I'm not. I only have YouTube, broski. You only have YouTube? That's a problem. That's a problem, Stinger from above. You only have YouTube. You don't have no other way to communicate. No other way to communicate, Stinger from above. Do you have WhatsApp? Let me know, Stinger from above. Because you're starting to making me feel like I'm needing a vegetable salad. Stinger from above. You could put a picture up. Yeah, Stinger from above. Nine years 75. This is a boxing page. This is not a dating page. So take a 30-minute break and you can come back and talk about boxing. Oh, the only social media you have is YouTube. Okay, Stinger from above. I understand you. You're out of here. Stinger from above is the vegetable. Stinger from above was the vegetable salad. So there you have it. So Maker, you see why I asked you to verify yourself? And you seem to be kind of refusing to verify yourself, Maker, to be honest. I understand, if you want to wrench or don't want to wrench, cool. But you seem to not want to verify yourself, family. I don't know. I don't know. So this is not a dating page or anything like that. So You want to talk boxing? Let's do it. It's 2025 and have no socials is crazy. You know, we recognize them. We recognize them. We get them out of here quick. That's how we doing it. Well, Maker, you've been awfully quiet. You've been real awfully quiet since I asked you about verifying. So take a 30-minute break and think about it. Really think about it. My peoples, once again, I want to bring up the whole situation with Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Why? Some of you was probably here when I mentioned, yo, who do you want to see Teofimo Lopez fight? You want to see him fight Shakur or you want to see him fight Subriel Matias? And what happened? A bunch of, matter of fact, not a bunch, pretty much everybody said that they wanted Teofimo Lopez to fight Subriel Matias over Shakur Stevenson. Pretty much everybody said that. Pretty much everybody said that. And look at what a coincidence. Now Shakur Stevenson called out Teofimo Lopez, and Teofimo Lopez is showing interest. Tú tírate tu web, pues. I love you, Rain. That's so you can see how things play out, man. Even Maker. That's so you can see how many fake accounts. Hold on, wait a minute. Raw Dog. Didn't you only have one account too? One. You don't have no social media. Raw Dog is might have to verify too. Talking about how? Oh, my account. Superman. Because Tio messed up with Turkey. Black Jericho. Salute, Jay Smith. Salute, Black Jericho. I'm verifying accounts, Black Jericho. Giving out blue wrenches. Let me know, Black Jericho, which one you got? Facebook or Instagram? Juan Ocasio, Shakur, Tio. That would be great. I say that would be a great fight too. I want to see it. You know, I was surprised that most people who chimed in for that poll said that no, they want Teofimo to fight Subriel Matias. That's the fight they want. I'm like, nah, why? What is, I said it before, Shakur Stevenson is in a situation where his haters always want to say that he didn't fight nobody, But he didn't fight nobody. When the big names come up, they don't want them to fight Shakur. They want them to fight somebody else. So that's how you know the type of hate that Shakur Stevenson gets. When there's big fights to be made, they don't want Shakur to get those fights. John Parham, Jay Smith. I know Superman personally. S. Durant? You mean S. Durant? John Parham? They want Matias. But that's what I'm saying. Yes, I am. Yes. Okay, so Superman, bam. Hold on, Superman. Bam. Yo, Superman. What's the deal, my G? Bam. Yeah. Jay Smith, come on, bro. I'm a real brother. Is that Maker Tolentino. Whoa, my peoples. Maker Tolentino. But Maker, look, all I'm saying is, let me see something on social media. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you dropping the super chat vibes. But you already see what I'm dealing. I'm dealing with a vegetable salad harasser who's constantly creating fake accounts for this. So that's why I need to see more, something to verify, okay, this is somebody who's actually knows what they're talking about, because you sound like it. But yo, I'm telling you, the vegetable salad, going to ChatGPT, getting opinions from over there to sound knowledgeable and everything. Mr. KO, TBH, it's not up to the fans or haters. It's up to Shakur himself. I mean, it's not up to Shakur himself if people don't want to fight him, though. How can he make these fights when people give Tank Davis the excuse to duck, so he feel comfortable with the ducking? He feel comfortable ducking Shakur because his fans feel comfortable with him ducking Shakur. That's the reality. That's the reality. So listen, Maker Tolentino, you're saying, all good, man, I'll rock with you. But still, you don't realize that what you're doing makes it seem more suspicious. Because you're saying, I'll rock with you, but you're not saying anything about, let me show you who I am. Let me send you a picture. Look, I told you I got WhatsApp. You could call me and say, yo, look, this is me right there. I've already had multiple people call me this morning. Look, that's me. Okay, cool. But Maker, you're doing a lot except saying, let me verify myself. And verifying yourself is quite easily done. So at least help me understand the logic of why you won't verify yourself. It's not about you rocking with me. It's about you verifying yourself. Black Jericho, you got a stalker, Jay Smith? Yes, sir. I got a stalker that's creating dozens and dozens of accounts to go in here and harass. You might see 10 different people in the comments making racist comments, and it's actually the same person. And y'all over here arguing with 2 different people and 3 different people, and it's all the same person, y'all. Crazy work. Well, Maker, I've said a lot, gave you a lot of opportunities, but clearly, you're a vegetable salad. Yes, my people, that was the vegetable salad. We caught him. We caught another one of the fake accounts. So vegetable salad, those $2 you... My people, did y'all see the strategy, though? That was slick. That was a slick move. So the vegetable salad harassing stalker try to put $2 on the super chat. So, hey, listen, thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. You still blocked from that burner account. Whoa. Mr. KO, damn. He gave you a super and you still packed him. That's a stalker. He thought with $2 he was going to buy a spot. Black Jericho, I appreciate you vouching for me, John Parham. You solid as well, bro. Hold on, because I didn't see that. John Parham, Black Jericho is a solid as well. Been here from the beginning. And okay. Well, Black Jericho, I really don't need to hear nothing else. John Parham has spoken. Thus, you shall have your blue wrench. The Hydro Grind. Let's talk Dominican boxing. How you see Polanco and Santana? Bro, I'm going to tell you like this, my guy. Dominican boxing is on the rise. We have a great, great future. Think about how many world champions we have at this very moment. I want you to think about that. We have multiple world champions. Not just that, I'm going to bring you back all the way to the Olympics. In the Olympic Games, we got 2 silver medalists, right? The USA got 1 medal total. So this little third world country that's smaller than one single state out of the 50, Dominican Republic fits inside of Texas alone. I don't know how many times, over 50 times, just inside of Texas. This little country with just not enough resources manages to take more fighters to Olympic medals than the US of A. So that tells you the type of boxing program that we have right now in the amateurs in the Dominican Republic. Lots of amateur fighters being developed at a very high level. And these young kids, man, John Santana, I would say that he has the potential to not just become a world. Look, I'm going to say this about both of them. Both of them. They have the talent not just to be stars or not just to be world champions, but also to be big stars. Both of them have that it factor because they have power, they're flashy, a lot of movement, good-looking kids, no Diddy. So they have all the tangibles that you see in somebody that can be built into a star. I see that for both of them. Both of them could become stars, and I see it happening. Domingo Bonilla with the super chat vibes. Una ensalada de vegetales. Es así, estamos sacando ensalada de vegetales de aquí a 2 manos. T Mackin, back to boxing. Black Jericho, hey, salute everybody. Mr. KO, I was here when you was throwing our wrenches for nothing. Out wrenches. Domingo Bonilla, Puello still doing his thing, and he's on his way out. I mean, look, Alberto Puello would have still been a world champion. The only reason he's not a world champion right now is because that decision didn't go his way. But I think most people who watched that fight felt like Alberto Puello won. Me being one of them. I saw him winning it. You can't tell me otherwise. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, my peoples. JJ Zayas, seems like everyone is coming back after being away for a while. John Parham, let's hit the like button. Superman, yes, we are. You know, I'm going to tell you something funny. I think, I could be wrong, but I think that I was shadow banned for a while. Because there was a while where people thought that I wasn't posting. Some people told me, I thought you wasn't posting anything. And I see that you're going live every day. I was like, I don't know. So I think that I may have been shadow banned for a little while. Because I remember like a month ago, I posted a video and YouTube took it down for copyright. It was a fight that I was calling. Dano Rambo, wait. Shh, Rambo. It's a fight that I was calling and the TV picked up on the audio, right? And you could hear the fight and YouTube took it down for copyright infringement. They didn't give me a strike, but they took it down. And after they took it down, yo, I remember I went to go live, and yo, more than like 5-6 people never really joined. And then after that, people told me, I didn't know you was live. I didn't know you went live today. So I think I may have been, shadow banned. Sometimes it happens. What you doing downstairs? Wrong with you? Beat your ass. The hybrid grind. If Puello could have a little bit more power. Yeah, he's lacking. I would say he is lacking power, but he makes up for it with the boxing skills. He has that footwork. He gives you angles. He could be awkward. He knows how to clinch. If you close the gap and you hurt him, he has a lot in his arsenal, man. To me, I feel bad. I feel like he should still be world champion. The way that I don't know, man. And honestly, I don't think I'm being biased. I don't think I'm saying it because he's Dominican and Subria Puerto Rican, and there's even a rivalry between the two countries. It's not because of that. I just felt like he won. He outboxed him. Black Jericho, you two will definitely mess with your reach. They be playing games, bro. They really be playing games. Domingo Bonilla, give me a damn wrench, Jay. I like to see my name in blue. Do you got IG, Domingo? Let me know if you got IG. We'll get you verified, get you your joint. Do you got Instagram? Raw Dog, I have Matias winning. Alright. Raw Dog, you still haven't verified, man. Talk to me. Talk to me about your IG or your Facebook. Or how can we verify you? John Parham, I don't know how Blue still has a channel with them pump fake breathing stories every 30 minutes. Come on, man. Blue, listen. Blue is probably one of the most plugged in people in boxing. And when I say plugged in, I'm referring to somebody who's not a fighter but involved with making boxing content. There's not a lot of people, bro, that's more plugged in than Blue. The thing is, and I've heard him say it before, and I've said it too. When it comes to boxing, boxing is one of. There's more businesses. I'm not gonna say that's only the case in boxing, but boxing is a business where we could set up a fight, and before you know it, the fight isn't happening anymore. And we saw that to be, for example, with Teofimo Lopez, who was going to fight Jerome Boots Ennis. Boom, the fight fell through. Then we saw it again with Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. Boom, the fight fell through. So what happens is, right, and especially if you don't like somebody, let's say you don't like somebody. Let's say you don't like me, for example. You don't like Jay Smith. So I know somebody within Shakur Stevenson's team. And that person tells me, yo, Jay, Shakur's talking to Teofimo. They're going to fight. Now I'll go in here and I tell you guys, yo, let me give you the heads up. I got information. Shakur, Teofimo, they're going to fight. I got inside information. That's going to happen. What's up? I'm breaking the news, right? But guess what? In the middle of the negotiations, Teofimo Lopez says that he wants to do a rehydration clause. And Shakur Stevenson says, nope, I ain't doing no rehydration clause. Now because of that, they can't come to an agreement. The fight falls through. Now when they say this fight is not happening, what are you gonna say? Jay out there making stuff up out of thin air. Making stuff up. But what you don't know is that I literally got information from somebody within the team. So I'm telling you, Blue Blood Sports TV is somebody who's talking directly to the fighters. He's talking directly to the trainers, to the coaches. He's talking to the promoter. He's literally talking with the people that are setting these fights up. No cap. Forget about the cap. I'm telling you, my people, you know that I don't cap. Jay Smith, I already vouched for Domingo. Hold on. Hold on. You already vouched for Domingo? So Domingo's in the building then. That's it. We ain't got nothing else to say. Domingo Bonilla, John, I ain't gonna lie. Blue be reaching a lot though. I used to watch him a lot before for years, but not like I used to anymore. I've seen a lot of videos of him reaching, trying to create content. Raw Dog, I just sent a message on Facebook Messenger. Let me grab my... Wait a minute, but I had two... What's my other phone? I got you, Raw Dog. Rambo Thanos. Without... Made me whoop y'all. I don't know. I got you. Okay, here we go. Here's my other phone. So my peoples, we actually might get Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. Even though the haters don't want to see Shakur accomplish, they don't want to see Shakur achieve, they don't want to see Shakur beat the best up there and prove all of them wrong, he's still going to do it. Sent me a DM, and what's your name on Messenger? Okay, hold on. All right, Raw Dog, I'ma dial you, all right? My peoples, Raw Dog is about to get the blue wrench live in effect in front of everybody. There you go, Raw Dog. Your verification, your blue wrench, it's about to fall through. Man, the bill. I don't know what happened, my peoples. Hold on. Here we go, Raw Dog. Ladies and gentlemen, Raw Dog about to get a blue wrench in front of you. Live and in full effect. No answer from Raw Dog. What happened, Raw Dog? What happened, Raw Dog? This is a profile with 3 pictures and nothing else. And you're not answering, Raw Dog. What's going on? The first time I dialed, Raw Dog, you hung up. I know it's you, Raw Dog, but you got to pick it up. It's me, doesn't mean anything. Pick it up, and we verify. Raw Dog does not want to answer the call, my peoples. Raw Dog does not want to answer the call, ladies and gentlemen. What does that mean? What does that really mean? The vegetable salad, we know, creates fake accounts and use fake pictures from other people. Raw Dog is not answering the phone, not answering the video call. Raw Dog has been exposed, ladies and gentlemen. He is a vegetable salad too. Raw Dog has been exposed, ladies and gentlemen. Raw Dog has been exposed, ladies and gentlemen. Fake account. Exposed. Rambo. John Parent, he probably in the nursing home eating breakfast. Another fake account bites the dust. Damn, where my dog? Oh, okay, here we go. So my people, we getting every day. We get a little bit closer to Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Every day we get closer, and I just cannot wait for Terrence Buck Crawford to put the Dre, the Swiss, and the Apple Beats. So we can already get to these conversations of that beating that Canelo took. That's what I want to see. Talk to me about that beating that Terrence Crawford is going to give him. JJ's in the house. Jay Smith. I'm having 3 eggs. Ooh, and a hot dog. Chopped up mixed. Ooh, and lemon cake with coffee. Damn. That's that gourmet breakfast. That's how we doing it these days. Mr. Kale put his government out there. Oh, no, I done it. I do it all the time. Look, Mr. Kale. Everything that the vegetable salad is doing is posted right here on this IG. Hold on. Malik K, look. That's the IG right there. That's the IG right there. Verified, you get your wrench. ASAP. Domingo Bonilla, nah, Jay. That's that Herb Gotti diabetes breakfast. Yo, sometimes things be that way sometimes. But Mr. KO, Clifton Dennis, Stabby still here. What the F, man? Stabby got like 50 accounts, man. What can I tell you? But you got to think about it. If you're a vegetable salad, that's all you got time to do. You don't got nothing else to do. It's not like you could just go for a walk out there. Look. So take a screenshot and you get to see all the updates about the vegetable salad. All the vegetable salad updates. Look. Vegetable salad updates on that IG. John Parham, I have 5 scrambled eggs. Damn, 3 sausages, 3 biscuits. I hope you have something to drink with that, because them biscuits will take anybody out. At least a glass of milk. Shit. My peoples. Are y'all emotionally ready, psychologically ready to watch Terrence Crawford put the beats on Canelo? Because a lot of y'all wasn't ready for him to put the beats on Errol. And that's why all the excuses started. Oh, Errol is not the same anymore. And the car accident. And what happened was... Yo, I don't want to hear that. I'm telling y'all right now. I do not want to hear it. Mr. KO, I got meter jumped by Crawford haters 2 days ago. Damn, they ganged up on you? Yo, it depends, because, yo, some pages, some Facebook groups, and in other places, it's just too toxic, man. They start ganging up on you. I remember I was in this one boxing group where I would say my opinion, and somebody would say their opinion and tag like 3, 4 other people. Right, y'all? Right? Look at this guy right here. When somebody tries to bring in other people into the debate, you know what's up. You know that they have a full of shit opinion. And they need emotional support in order to keep it going. The hydro grind. And what's sad is that after that, everyone will say Crawford was too small. Well, nobody's going to say Crawford is too small because he isn't. That's the problem. He isn't too small. That's been the narrative that's being spread out that people want to believe. But, nah, man. Crawford isn't too small. I don't hope. I've been just trying to figure out what are going to be the excuses. What are going to be the excuses for that ass whooping? You know, people are going to say, oh, Canelo wasn't the same. You know, Canelo's different these days. Oh, well, you know, what happened was... Come on now. Come on now, my peoples. What are going to be the excuses when Terrence Crawford put the beats on Canelo Alvarez? Because I only started hearing the Errol Spence excuses after Terrence Crawford put the beats on him. Before that fight, I never heard the excuses. I want y'all to understand that. Before Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence faced each other, I didn't hear nobody talking about the accident and the eye, and Errol Spence smoked a blunt that day, and he went to training camp, and the dog ate his homework, so they didn't know what he was supposed to do that day. I don't want to hear none of that. I didn't say none of it before the fight. But after Terrence Crawford put the monumental, epic beating of a lifetime on Errol Spence, that's when y'all came with the excuses. So I could see the same situation now where people are saying Canelo's gonna win, Canelo's gonna destroy him, Canelo's too strong. That's what people are gonna say. The same y'all said about Errol. He was too big and too strong. And look what happened. So now, when he put the beats on Canelo, what are gonna be the excuses? What are going to be the excuses? Come on now. This is it right here. Look, That's the IG, Malik K. J underscore Smith underscore 134. John Parent, Domingo, I see you doing all right in life. By the fine brown leather. Mr. Ko, bro, all of them ganged up on me talking about how Canelo did to be great at 175. Can Crawford go up there 175? Like, that is such a stupid argument. It is such a stupid argument to say, well, can he dare to be great? Can he do? Like, the level of stupidity behind that argument is just like, it's hard to even respond to it. Tano, Rambo, what you doing? Hey! Tano, hey! Like, it's a certain level of short, yellow school bus, helmet wearing situation going on. The Hydro Grind. Can't wait to be here the day after the fight. Oh my God, yo. Bro. It's gonna be a lot of people getting cooked. But the Hydro Grind, let me ask you a question. Cause I'm almost sure. Cause you had a wrench before, right? You had a wrench. Before I took all them shits. I'm almost sure the Hydro Grind that you said Shakur Stevenson was gonna run all night from Zapata. Didn't you tell me that? Refresh my recollection, because I could have sure I could be almost sure that you told me that. Put me on, my G. Mr. Ko, I'm going on a fat ass meter rant after Crawford beat Canelo. Man, listen. In reality, I'm gonna give it to y'all the same way I gave it to Arrow fans. The Hydro Grind, I did. At least you honest with it. So you see? So from that fight right there, you should understand what Crawford is going to do to Canelo. And I'm not saying that Shakur is Crawford. I'm not saying that Canelo is a Zapata. But again, you're watching the guy with the power that you're going to say hits hard versus the guy with the boxing skills. Same deal. Only difference is Crawford is going to hit Canelo a lot harder. Mr. Ko, tired of these Canelo fans. Their time is over, and they know it. They argue me down about not only Crawford's natural advantages, but his skills advantages over Canelo. Look, man, this fight just got to happen already. September 13th, need to hurry up. Domingo Bonilla, John, I'm doing okay. Looking to do better. You're real humble, Domingo Bonilla, real humble. Yeah, we know you got that paper. We know that bread rolling in. Talk about, yeah, I'm all right. I'm good. But, yo, John Parent, when somebody say, I'm all right, that means they balling out of control. They don't know what to do with it. Xander, there's a lot of people that talk shit about Crawford. But he here after the fight, so Jay Smith cook your little... I'm trying to tell you, man. They say all that stuff about Crawford. Fight night comes up. They feelings be hurt. The next morning, boxing for breakfast, they don't want to see Jay Smith. Watch. Eric, haters will always be haters and will always expect the same level of perspective of mindset expected of them. The Hydro Grind. I think Shakur had to prove himself and fought uncomfortably to prove a point. But he'll probably get back on the bike next fight. Well, he didn't look uncomfortable to me. He actually looked pretty comfortable. What I saw in that fight was a mix between Floyd, Andre Ward, and Terrence Crawford. And then Shakur. That's what I saw. He looked very comfortable. And by the way, won in dominant fashion over an undefeated, highly ranked fighter who people thought was going to beat him. Is he going to get back on his bike, as you call it? I'd say I would expect him to get back to using his footwork. Those would be my personal expectations. Hold on one second, my people. Those would be my personal expectations for him to get back to footwork. Give me a second, guys. Those will be my expectations. So the hydro grind, when you say he's gonna get back on his bike, that would be the smart thing to do. Why? Because as a fighter, you wanna last, you wanna have a long career, and getting on his bike means that he's not gonna end up punch drunk, that he's not gonna end up stuttering, slurring his speech, talking about no. He's gonna retire and he's gonna be real sharp in the mind, just like Floyd Mayweather. So yeah, that's exactly what he got to do. You can't see. That's the thing, my brother. That fight fans often want fighters to fight one way every time. They want a fighter to stand in the ring and do rock'em sock'em robot and just beat each other to a bloody pulp. But no, people don't want to end up. That's back in the day stuff where people didn't know that they was gonna end up damn near brain dead. Now with all this knowledge that we have about how the brain works, about how you could be damaged from all those punches, that's it. That's not the thing to do. Stand in there and bang with your opponent every fight. So when you say, well, he's probably gonna go back to that, that's the smartest thing that he could do. And not only that, what I want you to see, Hydro Grind, when you're not thinking about giving a fighter credit, right? You don't really give it to him when you should be. Because when you say, well, he's gonna go back to the other style, you're not even really giving that credit, those flowers, or saying, look, man, Shakur showed us that he can adapt, that he can fight different styles, that he can use the footwork, and that he can fight from the inside. And he showed us that he could fight from the inside versus a guy that we thought could beat him. Fought from the inside against an undefeated, highly ranked fighter and still dominated him. Looked like Floyd Mayweather out there. And he can go back to boxing. What that tells you, the hydro grind, the versatility in Shakur Stevenson is going to make him damn near impossible to beat, bro. So while you use it as a talking point to suggest that that's not really that good, he's going to go back to running. I see it like, damn, man, that's what you see. That's what you know. It's a great, great fighter. When he can just fight you the style that he want to fight you, still get the same results. Come on now. Got to give him that credit. Samuel Lozada, sorry, but I got Canelo winning by knockout in the 6th round. We'll see. We'll see when the fight comes up. Clifton Dennis, that's done. Fight boxing is science. That's done. Fighting boxing is a science. That's what I'm saying. It's the sweet science. It's not about two people standing in front of each other and just beating each other up. Malik K. Let me see. I see that you just added me on IG. My bad, yo. I haven't. All over the place over here. You know it, my people. We out here verifying account. Verifying accounts. Malik K, what's your name on your IG? Malik K, because there's multiple people who added me on IG. What's your name? Pega. Okay. Hold on, my peoples. I'm trying to find Malik K, man, but what happened? I lost the messages or something. Jay Jones, boxers don't get credit for fighting to their strengths. That's the thing, man. People want to see fighters just do rock'em sock'em robots. That's it. That's what they want. They don't want to see them using their footwork. Why? Because they want to see people beat each other up. That's it. That's all it's about, beating each other up. Malik K, can you send another message? I don't know. I seem to have lost it. Lost the first one that you sent me. It's not coming up. Clifton Dennis, but I believe Canelo should be the favorite. Canelo will be the favorite, for sure. John Parham, it's definitely a 50-50 fight. I say it's a 50-50 fight because of the talent that we'll see in the ring that night. But Canelo has to be the favorite and will be the favorite. So that makes sense. You know, you have the fighter who's in the higher division, that's, you know, accomplished, one of the best. And it's always gonna, look, I'm gonna tell you like this, guys. Every time two pound-for-pound fighters fight each other and there is one moving up, it doesn't matter that it's two divisions, even if it was one. If it's one division, it would have still been the same. Like, let's say Terrence Crawford would have moved up to the 160 division and fought there, knocked out two opponents back-to-back. And then he said, I'm moving up to 168 to fight Canelo Alvarez. He would have still been the underdog. He would have still been the underdog in that fight. Why? Because he'll be the fighter moving up. So it doesn't really matter, you know, that it's two divisions. If it would have been one division, the guy when you have two pound-for-pound fighters, the guy moving up is going to be the underdog 9 out of 10 times. Felipe de Rocha, mucha diferencia de peso. Pero eso no puede ser verdad, mucha diferencia de peso, porque Crawford pesa 185 libras ahora mismo. Pero Felipe de Rocha, tú parece que sabes mucho de boxeo. Tú sabes mucho de boxeo. Verifícame tu Instagram. Felipe de la Rocha. Tu Instagram o tu Facebook. Canelo is favored 62%. Last I checked, it was 68%. And you know what? I think as the fight gets closer, we're gonna see the odds get closer as well. Because the way people place bets can also affect the odds. And a lot of people are going to be placing bets on Crawford. And because of that, you're going to see the odds tilt in his favor. My people, we got Malik in the building. Malik, here you go. My peoples, Malik about to verify and get that blue wrench in front of you. You see how you get this blue wrench out here? The real wrench. That's what you call the real wrench. Malik, what's going on, Malik? I know you DM me. I'm trying to call you back. JJ's in there. That's why I have to be sooner than later. Clifton Dennis. Whoa, my peoples. Guess who's in the building? My brother. Bam, salute. Your wrench is on the way. My people, you seeing it? Malik B is in the building. Verified. With the legit wrench. Malik B. Salute. Clifton Dennis, where my wrench? Yo, Clifton, you know how to do it? You know how to get it, Clifton. This where you get that wrench at. Right here. Right here. Send me a DM right there. Black Jericho, Malik, it's time to get out the bed. Yo, Malik, you know Malik, when somebody laying down in bed, man, at 8:20, you know he balling out of control, baby. When you're a baller, you just get up whenever you want to. You just, let me lay down for a little bit longer. He a baller. John Parham, Clifton hit his IG. Clifton Dennis, word, we went live before too. Hold on. Hold on. Clifton Dennis, fucker, just hit me up on IG and you got your wrench back. I think I remember you going live with me, but I gotta verify my peoples. I'm dealing with a vegetable salad over here. Felipe de la Rocha. Pero yo te hice una pregunta sobre si tú puedes verificar tu cuenta de Instagram y Facebook y tú no me respondiste. ¿Qué está pasando, hermanito? John Parham Malik, a YN. He not getting out till about 11. John Parham, Clifton is solid. Malik K, yes, my day started at 12. God damn, B. Shit. Enjoy your morning. Golly. Enjoy your morning. So, my peoples. Hold on. Yo, Malik B, are you saying Canelo's gonna beat Crawford? Cause September 14th, man, you need to get your ass out of bed. I need to see you. I hope September 14th, you're not gonna hit us over the head with the, nah, you know, I was sleeping that day, you know, so I couldn't really see ya. And for a couple of weeks in a row, I forgot to log in. So I'm back now 3 weeks later with my new excuses for why Canelo lost. I want to see that technique, Malik B. I really don't. Black Jericho, you know that's how it be. You know a lot of people, they're going to disappear for a few weeks. That's how they did it with Errol. And then after a few weeks, they got together in the boxing groups, the fan page boxing groups, and amongst each other, they start floating the hate ideas. Yo, we're going to say this. How about this? How about that? And they start going at it. And then like 3 weeks later or a month, they emerge with excuses. Nah, yo, what really happened is that the car accident and the eye. And yo, Errol Spence smoked a blunt that morning. What are we talking about? You see what I'm saying? Malik K, a hurt EJ? That's what I'm saying, Malik K. When Crawford pummeled Errol, y'all disappeared from social media, and that's one of the excuses that y'all came up with, a hurt EJ. It's almost like Errol Spence was in an accident, right? He healed from the accident and fought 2 world champions. But then when he went to fight Crawford, the accident came back. Ain't that crazy? The accident left so he could beat world champions, 2 of them, but then it came back. And now it hurt Crawford. I don't understand, Malik K. What is he hurt from? What injury can you elaborate? I don't understand. I don't get it. Jay Jones, a real fan, stands with his fighter, win or lose. I don't know what that means, but yeah, okay. John Parham, JJ, I got 5 eggs left. So said, fuck it. Damn. Take them down. JJ's in the house. Good. You did have 6 left. They would have went down 2, my peoples. So again, you know, the Errol Spence fan base, after Crawford put the beats on them, they went into hiding and came back, you know, like a month later with all of the excuses lined up, ready to go. What are going to be the excuses? Y'all tell me. What are going to be the excuses when Crawford give Canelo the beating of a lifetime? Because it's not going to be like, we already seen Canelo get beat twice. I don't know why y'all act like Canelo never lost or like he's unbeatable. We seen him get beat twice and made to look easy. He was made to look easy. So now, if he was made to look easy twice, why are we thinking that that can't happen? That's crazy. I don't get it. Clifton Dennis, everyone Crawford destroyed. The haters come up with some BS. That's a fact. That's a fact. Crawford destroys a guy, and they got an excuse. But that's always been the hater narrative, to discredit opponent, to try to diminish, you know, those wins, those victories. I mean, like I said before, every time I hear people say Crawford ain't beat nobody, or Crawford only beat Canelo Alvarez, it's like, what are we talking about here? Humble, okay, humble drip. Humble drip. Who's humble drip? Do you go on StreamYard? Malik K, I got StreamYard, yes. But somebody hit me, Humble Drip, saying, yo, it's me. Who's Humble Drip? That's Cliff. That's me. So, Cliff, that's it. We ain't got to say no more. We ain't got to say no more. Do what you got to do. You got your wrench, family. There you go. You see, we're going to have, in Box Center, we're going to have legit wrenches. I wowed out before, took all them shits away. Now we giving out. If you see a wrench, that motherfucker no boxing. That motherfucker no boxing. Or no wrench for you. And it's not because everybody who had a wrench don't agree with me. Y'all gonna notice that everybody who has a wrench does not agree with me on everything. A lot of people have got a wrench and they don't agree with me on different stuff. John Parent probably got the first wrench in the building. And he disagreed with me on Canelo and Bud. Got a wrench, got the first one. So getting a wrench is not about agreeing or disagreeing with me. It's about knowing your shit. And not just focusing on hating on fighters. But also knowing, okay, I root for this guy. I know why he's good. I know I want to make an argument for this guy. John Parent, we may disagree, but it's all love. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's all for the love of the sweet science, my people. That's what we here early in the morning getting this sweet science breakfast. Come on now. Come on now, my people. By the way, what do you guys think? John Parent, you building a solid community. I appreciate it, my G. The Hydro Grind. This is what I like about this show. We can disagree, have a good conversation. And that's what I'm talking about. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. And to be honest, the Hydro Grind, you actually touched on a key point. When people disagree with each other, that's when you can have a good conversation, a good debate. And when you do it respectfully, you can go back and forth and have a lot of fun. Have a lot of fun with it. We don't have to all like that. Just think about this. If we all had the same opinion, if we all had the same opinion, this live would end like in about 15 minutes. Because we all agreed. I'm going to get up in here like, yo, Crawford is going to whoop Canelo. First comment, you're right, he going to whoop him. Second comment, that's a fact. Third comment, Crawford's going to knock him out. We all agree, my peoples. We all agree. Okay, goodbye, shit. We all agree already. What kind of interaction you could have when everybody has the same talking points? So that's what makes it interesting. And I respect everybody's opinion. I just don't like the disrespect. I don't like it when somebody's main talking points are always to discredit fighters, are always to talk down their opponents, are always... Nah, there should be other talking points in boxing when we're talking about elite level fighters. JJ said that has boxing, some jokes, and men's mental health and health. Let's go. Men's mental health is something that goes hand in hand with boxing for different reasons. Number one, a lot of boxers come from low-income neighborhoods, from horrible places. That's number one. Number two, because you have to think about it. It's folks who never had money, many of them never had money, never had it, and are fighting for that, are pursuing for that. But what happens when you take punches for 10 years, take punches for 15 years? We seen fighters out there be punch drunk. We seen fighters out there who can't even put together a sentence from taking all that punishment. And still people want a smaller ring and no running. It's like fighters are animals. Remember, think about this. Remember when we was little kids and they used to make two little kids fight and they used to push them towards each other so they have to punch each other? Fight, and pushing them. It's almost like that's what we're trying to do with professional fighters. Like, nah, don't move. Don't use the ring. Don't use the footwork. Don't use your talent. Fight. Pummel each other. That's crazy, my people. The way that people view fighters almost like they're animals. Look what Turkey said. He want to see them pummel each other's brains out. Pummel their brains out. That's what you want to see. Come on now. So men's mental health is something that we never really speak about. Maybe I might be the only the only boxing channel that really talks about it like that. But men's mental health is something that you have to consider, especially with fighters. When you have somebody who takes a lot of punches to the head, that affects their mental health. Then when you have a guy who's getting angry for no reason, who's punching everybody in the face, and you don't understand why, that's why. Brain is all messed up. So there's a lot of things when it comes to mental health that are connected to boxing. That's the reason why fighters can't be fighting 50 times a year. They did that before. Cool, they did it before. Look how a lot of those fighters ended up. Now, fighters need to be in the ring 2-3 times a year. Maybe 4. The young guns could do it. The young guns could fight 5-6 times. Because you're fighting a little 4-rounder, 5-rounders. You can fight a bunch of times a year. That doesn't matter. Knocking guys out in the first round, you can fight in a month. That's different. But once you're an established star in the sport of boxing and you're fighting at a high level, that's it. 2-3 fights a year. That's what it should be. And the talks about a smaller ring and about the no running, that's been like the goofiest narrative I ever seen in my life. Jay Jones, that sounds like the UFC. JJ's in the house. They would put a 3-foot rope tied on your leg so they wouldn't move around. I'm telling you, boxing is a sport. It's a very violent, brutal sport. Just think about this. More fighters die in boxing a year than in MMA, jiu-jitsu, and all them other martial arts combined. All them other combat sports don't see as many deaths as boxing alone. People die. So come on now. Come on. We got to respect the fighters, my peoples. JJ's in the house. They will put, yep. I'm telling you. It's like they want people to almost kill each other. Stand inside the ring like this. Look. Just punching each other in the face like they used to do back in the days. That's what they want to see. So when they see a fighter who doesn't allow himself to get hit, when they see a fighter who doesn't want to get hit, they say, yo, stop right there, man. Let him hit you. We want to see you get punched in the face and punched in the mouth and beat up in the head. Probably end up punch drunk, but it's going to be fun for me to watch it. Come on, my people. Come on. Black Jericho. Oh, you're using too much footwork. They're going to say you're running. Yo, just for that little bit right there, some people want to say, yo, boxing for breakfast, all you see is Jay Smith running around. Did it for 3 seconds, yo. Don't go watch Boxing for Breakfast. All Jay Smith is doing is running in that show. John Caraballo, we knocked Floyd for that for years. If you see all of the criticism that Shakur Stevenson receives, it's identical to what we saw with Floyd Mayweather. That he runs too much, that he's boring, that he doesn't have the power, that he's not doing enough to become a big star. That's the thing. People don't realize that Floyd Mayweather became the face of boxing at 30 years old. Shakur Stevenson is 28 right now. Just turned 28. He's 2 years away from being 30. And that's the age where Floyd became the face of boxing. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Because Shakur Stevenson is one fight away. One fight. Floyd Mayweather was just one fight away. Beat Oscar De La Hoya, boom, the face of boxing. Just like that. The hydro grind. That's the problem, that when you say he fought everybody, everybody wanted to fight him. Do you see anybody wanting to fight Shakur? So it's not fair for you to compare who somebody fights because you're not in control of who wants to fight you. It's also not fair because Floyd and Shakur fought in different eras. Floyd fought in the era where people fought each other. Shakur fought in the era that came right after Floyd where people protecting that. Oh, you've seen Shakur call out Devin Haney. Actually, Shakur was Devin Haney's mandatory. You forgot Devin Haney ran from the division to avoid that fight. Shakur's now calling out Teofimo. Shakur's been calling out Tank Davis for the last 2-3 years. So that's the difference between Floyd Mayweather and Shakur Stevenson. People wanted to fight Floyd. They don't want that L from Shakur, bro. They don't want it. That's just the reality. John Caraballo, Floyd's allure was people paid to see him get knocked out or lose. And that's what you're going to see against Shakur. You don't see how many people were saying that Zepeda was going to beat him, that Zepeda was going to knock him out, that he was not going to be able to handle the pressure. That same narrative is already building around Shakur about how he's not going to be able to handle the stronger guys and the guys that apply pressure and his hands are too brittle. And we watch him batter Zepeda for 12 rounds. Hands look pretty good to me, if you ask me. Them hands look pretty damn good as he was battering Zepeda. Malik K. Devin offered Court a contract. Why he didn't take it? That's easy, Malik K. You know the answer to that. He didn't take it because he was mandatory. He didn't have to take it. He sent him to purse bid. So look, Malik K, I answer your question, right? He didn't take it because he was mandatory. He pursued the purse bid, right? I'm answering your question. Now you answered my question, Malik K. Why, if Devin Haney was going to purse bid, where he was going to get like a 70-30 or 80-20 split, why, if Devin Haney was 3 days from going to a purse bid, and he could have fought Shakur and made almost the same amount of money that he was offering anyways, why did Devin Haney vacate his title and leave the division 3 days before the purse bid? Go ahead, Malik K. Help me understand that. Because you're saying Devin sent an offer, right? So you believe that Devin wanted to fight. So if you believe Devin Haney wanted to fight, why did he leave the division without waiting for the purse bid? I'm going to remind you, Malik K., that the purse bid is not mandatory. You could go to the purse bid, find out how much money they're going to give you, and if you don't like it, walk away. A lot of fighters have done that. Boo Boo did that. And when they wanted him to fight, when they wanted him to fight Johnny Beck. And when he went to the purse bid, it was a little bit of money. He was like, nah, I'm not fighting for that much. That's it. But Devin Haney did not wait for the purse bid, Malik B. I know that doesn't fit the narrative that you want to spin on it because you want to finish the story at the offer that Devin Haney sent Shakur. But we got to finish the story, my G. Let's be honest now. Let's finish the story. Don't stop it right there. Because when you was watching a movie on TV or a movie in the theater, you don't stop halfway in the movie and leave and just think that the movie's over, right? You finish watching it. So Malik K, you've been quiet for a minute. You see how I got you? You see how I got you? That's because I'm Jay Stradamus. I get you quiet, Malik K. Look how quiet you are. So Malik K, cook, bro. I'm listening. So watch this. I want you to consider this. The narrative is that Devin Haney made the offer, right? And Shakur is the one who ducked because he didn't take the offer. But Shakur Stevenson's reaction was to say, okay, you sending me that offer? We're going to purse bid. They actually were going to purse bid, right? Now, here's the twist to it, Malik. This is where I should just grab my apron and put it on to tell you. If you don't have to take my word for it. You could Google it. If you Google purse bid and see what the purse split is, generally, the purse split between the champion and the challenger is between 70 and 80%. I remind you, Devin Haney was offering Shakur 25. That means he would have got 25. He would have got 75 if Shakur accepted, right? Well, in the purse bid, he could have even gotten 80 and Shakur 20. So he may have even got more money if he went to purse bid. Yet, what did he do? A few days. That's it. It's about to go down. You know why I have such good memory of this, Malik K? Because I posted a video. My peoples, it's only a few more days before the purse bid. Devin Haney can't run no more. Shakur Stevenson is gonna get him. And the next day, I saw the announcement that Devin Haney vacated the title and is leaving the division to 140. You imagine that? What type of move Devin Haney pulled? So he's telling us that he's trying to make the fight with Shakur, and right before the purse bid, he drops the title and leaves the division. And look at the way, I'm going to remind you, the way that Devin made the announcement. We just saw a social media post. I decided to drop my titles. I'm leaving to 140. What the hell? Bro, you was just sending an offer to fight Shakur. How you leaving already? What's going on over here? And there you go. There you go. That's how it all played out, my people. Clifton Dennis accepts the offer is 25%. Yo, the bid for one belt. Devin's offer was for undisputed. Clifton Dennis, look, that narrative fails miserably. And I'm going to explain to you something, Clifton Dennis, why that narrative fails miserably. And that narrative is only from people who are not associated with boxing, don't really understand how it works. So they make up in their head anything that feeds their narrative, right? And maybe somebody lied to you, or maybe you thought about that on your own. But let me explain to you something. Devin's offers for undisputed. But guess what? If they go to purse bid, Shakur Stevenson being mandatory for one title doesn't mean that the fight is only going to be for that one title. Clifton Dennis, somebody lied to you. Tell me who lied to you in these comments. I'm going to look them up and I'm going to set them straight for lying to you. You will run amok, hoodwinked, bamboozled. When have you seen a fighter with 4 titles fight somebody and only be defending one? Clifton Dennis. Enlighten me on that. When have you seen that in your life? They would have been fighting for all of the belts. So the notion that Shakur is mandatory for one, and that means he's only going to fight for one title when they fight each other, is erroneous. That's when you don't know anything about boxing. You make something up out of thin air what you think, and then you spread it around, and somebody ended up telling you that. Tell me who told you that, Clifton Dennis. I'm going to set them straight for you. Who told you that? Who, my peoples, whoever lied to Clifton Dennis and told them that they would only be fighting for one title, who is it? Clifton Dennis, let me know who told you that. I'll set them straight for you. Because I need you to understand, Clifton Dennis, and you think about it yourself if you've been watching long enough. When have you seen a unified title fight and only put one title on the line? That doesn't even make no sense, family. If a champion is going to fight, all of the sanctioning bodies are going to sanction it because that's how they get paid, brother. Why would you think that the sanctioning bodies are not going to sanction and they're just going to fight for one title? Clifton Dennis, I'm not trying to murder you. Do your research. Get back to me, my boy. You're talking to the human algorithm right now. I'm telling you. A champion is not just going to fight for the one title that the challenger is challenging. Where does this narrative only comes from you wanting to believe that Devin Haney was offering Shakur a better deal than what Shakur was trying to do. You're siding with Devin Haney. When in reality, he never wanted to make that fight. Once you realize that the purse bid could have got Devin Haney the same amount of money that he was asking for, you're going to begin to understand that Devin Haney never wanted to fight Shakur. That offer was never real. What Devin Haney did was send a 25% offer to make you believe that he wasn't ducking, and it worked. It worked. You believe that he's not ducking. Look, you're making an argument on his favor that he made an offer. He only made that offer to appear like he wasn't ducking. Because if he really wanted to fight, he could have waited for the purse bid. That was just 3 days away. If he didn't like what they offered in the purse bid, he could have been like, nah, I'm out. Sayonara. Or if he liked what they got to say, he gained 80%. Let's get it. Let's get this money. Let's fight. But he already knew, if I wait for the purse bid and those motherfuckers give me 80% and I don't take the fight, now people's going to know I was ducking. because I said I wanted 75. Imagine if they give me even more than what I was asking for, and I still don't take the fight. They're gonna know I was ducking. So let me jump out of this division before the purse bid, so that nobody knows that I was really ducking that smoke this whole time. I'm breaking it down for you right there, step by step, how it went down. John Caravaggio, I bet you Devin finds a way out of the Norman Jr. fight. We're going to see. It's looking kind of suspect. You know, I'm hearing Bill and Devin complaining about different things. I don't know, man. I hope the fight happens. I'm looking forward to seeing that one. Clifton Dennis. Okay. Why didn't Shakur not take the 25-year? Logic worked both ways. And no, it doesn't. Clifton Dennis, it does not work both ways. Why it doesn't? I just told you why Shakur didn't take the 25%. Because he didn't have to. He was the mandatory, my guy. That's the point. He did not have to. And when you say Shakur didn't call his bluff, what you think he did when he forced him into a purse bid? He called his bluff because he made him vacate the titles and run from the division. How much more bluff can you call that, Clifton Dennis? Shakur literally deboed Devin Haney out of his belt. Deboed him out of the division. So you keep questioning why Shakur didn't take it, but why you don't question why Devin didn't take it? Devin was the undisputed champion. Shakur deboed him out of his undisputed crown. Why you don't question that? So you see, Clifton Dennis, because you're siding with Devin Haney, you're looking for pro-Devin Haney, anti-Shakur arguments. Oh, Shakur should have took it. Shakur should have took it. But why you not saying that Devin should have took it? Why you not saying that Devin should have defended his crown? We've seen it a million times. We said that. Didn't we say that Canelo was ducking Boo Boo? When Boo Boo was his mandatory and he vacated the title and left the division, didn't we say that he was ducking him? But Devin Haney's different. Devin Haney could vacate a title, duck the mandatory, leave the division, but he's not ducking as long as you cling on to that 25% offer. I'm showing you, Clifton Davis. You're seeing that was the reason for the offer, so you can make that argument on his behalf. He never meant and never planned on fighting Shakur. That's just the reality. And we've seen it before that fight, and we've seen it after the fight. When a fighter, take this from a fighter, my peoples. Take this from a fighter. When a fighter shows no interest in fighting you, they don't want to fight you, my peoples. If a fighter has to drag an opponent to a purse bid, they don't want to fight. Devin Haney did not want to fight Shakur Stevenson. And I'm going to show you another thing. So y'all can see that Devin Haney never wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson. All you have to do is look at Bill Haney himself and what he said. Bill Haney said they didn't want that fight out of his own mouth. Y'all don't remember when somebody recorded him with a hidden camera? He said he didn't want that fight. That Shakur be watching them when they spar and they don't need that fight. Said it himself. If you watch everything the way that it transpired, Devin Haney never wanted to fight him. So don't make that argument that he sent an offer. He did send an offer. No, that wasn't a real offer. That was an offer just to fool you guys into believing that he wanted to fight. Malik K. Money of legendary. I thought Shakur want to be great. Shakur want to be great. He tried to fight Devin Haney and Devin Haney ran. Also, Devin Haney don't want to be great because a win over Shakur is a great win. But again, Malik K., I'm showing you that you're taking the hater route. All of your arguments are about Shakur. Shakur should have did this. Shakur should have took the 25%. Shakur is wrong. Notice that all of your talking points are about your opinion with regards to what a world championship boxer should do. Come on. How many fans actually make that argument about what a champion should do? Like, in order to hate on Shakur, you can't even talk about the facts. You got to inject your opinion into the facts. Why would Devin Haney not want to fight Shakur? Shakur's not a big win for Devin Haney. You keep questioning and questioning Shakur, but you refuse to question why Devin Haney ran from the division and dropped his titles when Shakur became his mandatory. Why? Why did he run? You know why. We all know. We know, Clifton, why Devin Haney left the division. But you're on denial because you got to hate on Shakur. That's all it is. All it is. Clifton Dennis, he didn't have to drag him to a bid. They sent an offer. Again, Clifton Dennis, again, you're talking about the possibility of losing money, but you didn't wait to find out how much they're going to offer. You didn't wait. And not only that, Clifton Dennis, you don't realize that the argument that you're making, the pro-Devin Haney argument that you're making, is that Shakur Stevenson, even after mandatory, needs to do whatever Devin Haney say to get the fight. You think about that, Clifton. I'm your mandatory, but I have to follow your terms? You're not understanding how boxing business works, bro. You're not understanding. Boxing business works that if I'm your mandatory, I can force you to fight me. And if you don't want to fight me, you're going to have to vacate and get out the division. That's what Devin Haney did. As much as you want to hold on to that offer, Shakur Stevenson took that title, deboed him, made him get the hell out of there. That's legendary shit right there. That's legendary shit right there. So there you have it. Malik K, did PBC send crew? What PBC and Devin Haney have to do? I don't know, bro. You're going into the Shakur Stevenson hater route. That's it. Now you're going way too far into the Shakur hater route, bro. God damn. Frontline. Smith, chat fam. Bam. Mr. Cat, Mr. KO. And career. John Parent, frontline, salute. Clifton Dennis, but yeah, I do believe the offer. That was for sure. But if Shakur Greed just calls his bluff so Haney doesn't have people defending him. I mean, that's the thing, that as a fighter, you're not making business decisions based on what the fans want. You're making decisions based on what you feel is best for your career. So if I'm going to whoop your ass and I got you like this because you can't leave because I'm your mandatory, I don't need to follow your terms. And you don't realize it, but that's what you're saying. Oh, Shakur should have took it. Shakur got to do what he said. Shakur didn't have to do what Devin Haney said. He didn't have to. That's the reason why when we hear, no, but Devin Haney went and fought Cambosos in Australia. He went to another country to fight Cambosos. Why Shakur couldn't take the 25? Cambosos was not Devin Haney's mandatory. Cambosos was never going to be Devin Haney's mandatory. Why? Simple. Because he was also a champion. If you're a champion in that in that sanctioning body, and I'm a champion in this sanctioning body, we're never going to be mandatory. We're never going to be mandated to fight each other. So the only way that Devin Haney could get that fight with Cambosos to become undisputed was by accepting Cambosos' terms. That's the only way. If Devin Haney would have said, I'm not willing to fight in Australia, Cambosos would have said, go kick rocks. Go. And he's going to keep his titles. If Devin Haney would have said, if I win, the rematch cannot be in Australia, Cambosos would have been like, go kick rocks. We don't need you. Bye. So y'all need to learn that George Cambosos was not bound by a mandatory status. You had to pay him his money and fight him in his country twice, get him 2 bags to convince him to fight you. Shakur Stevenson was not in the same situation as George Cambosos. Don't compare, because if you compare, it's going to sound like you don't know shit about boxing. Shakur Stevenson was a mandatory. Forced a mandatory. Forced it. And Devin Haney had to vacate and run from the division. There you have it. There you have it. Giovanni Walker, putting a little color in the chat with the super chat vibes. Giovanni Walker, salute. Bam. Giovanni Walker, you should have been verified. Hit me up, verified, and you got your wrench. Malik K, it's not hate, bro. I'm pointing out core cap. Malik K, of course, is 100% hate. How could a fighter enforcing his mandatory following boxing rules is cap? How could it be? So, sending an offer, so Devin Haney sending an offer and running from the division right before the purse split, that wasn't cap. But Shakur enforcing his mandatory, that's cap? Bro, how you gonna tell me that's not hate? Tell me what exactly Shakur did that is cap, when he's forcing the fight, when he made Devin Haney vacate. Deboed Devin Haney out of his title, bro. Deboed him. Come on, bro. He got deboed out of the belt, bro. Mr. KO. It was only 2 fights. Kambosos beat Tio, and Kambosos was the top dog at 35 with the belts helping him. Thank him for fighting Devin twice. That fight came with a rematch clause. Of course, but Kambosos was the one in the driver's seat for that fight. Devin Haney's the one who wanted to become undisputed. He's the one that wanted to unify with Kambosos. So the only way that he was going to get those 2 fights, well, that one fight, Kambosos wanted the rematch, but the only way it was going to happen is if you met his terms. He was in the driver's seat. Come on now. He was in the driver's seat. Clifton Dennis, you win. I'm still in your argument for when I debate this with someone else. Do you, my G? But all I'm telling you is you cannot lose with that argument, Clifton Dennis. Why? I want you to remember, most people just cling on to the offer, right? But let me ask you a question. When you watch a movie, do you watch it halfway and turn off the TV and be like, yeah, that's it. I already know what happened. That's probably what happened right there. Or do you watch the whole movie, and at the end of the movie, that's when you tell the story, what really happened, right? So the Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney story ended when Devin Haney vacated the titles and ran from the division. That's when the story ends. The story doesn't end. The story doesn't end with, oh, he didn't take the offer. Let's tell the whole story, and then we know who ducked. Giovanni Walker, I think you already gave me a wrench. So look, Giovanni Walker, you probably already had a wrench. They all got taken away because I got a vegetable salad stalker. So I'm verifying account. So look, Giovanni Walker, that's my IG. I'll put your wrench on right now. Look. When you get some time, give me a wrench. Look. Giovanni Walker. Hit me up right there. I'm going to verify you. J. Smith 134. Hit me up right there. I'm going to verify you. You got a wrench. You got a wrench in front of the box center audience, my boy. But my peoples, once again, with the fighters, there's always going to be a narrative based on who you like and who you don't like. Look at Xander Zayas. I was talking about Xander Zayas earlier. And what am I already seeing? I'm already seeing the hate narrative cooking up. I'm already seeing people saying, oh, well, he didn't really beat nobody. He ain't fight nobody. So this kid is 22 years old. And I already foresee how people are going to start. Anytime he fights, from now on, if it's not a world champion, if it's not somebody with a big name, they're going to say it's a cherry pick. Look, he ain't fighting nobody. He ain't beat nobody. So Xander Zayas, you're going to see him, defend his title, then eventually unify, then win in another division. But you're always going to see the haters following him and saying negative stuff and trying to discredit his opponents and trying to discredit his resume. And that right there is the blueprint for a great fighter. Right there. Frontline, Gio, he wants to make sure you're not a stalker pedo that's been stalking him. Help me out, Giovanni Walker. Let me check Just in case if y'all hit me. My peoples, if anybody hit my DM, just let me know. But sometimes I'm on chat and people hit me up and I don't notice it. Now, remember what we was talking about earlier, how Terrence Crawford had the whole situation with Errol Spence, where everybody say he's too big. Errol Spence is too big. Errol Spence is gonna knock him out, break him down to the body, all that good stuff. Look how the fight played out. Look at it. Why is it that we see elite level fighters and people be talking about like they wash, like they bums? They just gonna get washed. People got Crawford getting knocked out in the 4th and the 6th. Oh, he's just an average Joe now. Just business up, my boy. I think UK only got heavyweights left. All American boxers have no layers to their gloves. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't even know what that means. Just business. You had a wrench too, man. You did have a wrench, so let's verify you. Get that wrench back in the building. Hit me up right here, just business. Look. Hit me up right there. And we're going to verify you. Get that wrench on there. My peoples, chat. Want to get your account verified? This way it's at right here. Hit my DM. Verify your account. You got a wrench. You got a wrench. But again, I keep trying to figure out what are going to be the excuses. What are going to be the excuses when Terrence Crawford beats Canelo? Is it going to be that Canelo isn't looking the same? Canelo, wasn't focused that day? Come on now. Come on. Tell me what it is. Just business. Are you going to verify with IG or with Facebook? I can show you the Facebook too. What are people going to do when they see that Terrence Crawford absolutely pummels Canelo? Are they going to go into hiding? Are they going to go into hiding and do the same thing? The hydro grind. What if Canelo beats Crawford? What are going to be the excuses? I mean, if you're asking me, I could tell you right now, I don't need excuses. I'm going to say he was the better man that night. That's it. That's the thing. When you're not a hater, right, and you see two great fighters, you always understand that, anything can happen. I understand that. But when you're a hater, you can't even envision the possibility of the guy you always hate on winning. So when he wins, what do? Go into hiding for 3 months and then re-emerge with the excuses. That Caraballo, for me, is not hate. For me, he's just boring. Now, if you find him boring, that's not hate. If you don't enjoy something, that's not hate. Just business. Okay. Been a loyal fan. No disrespectful, but I can count on that Spence fight. I don't have either one, bro. I'm just a loyal fan of your buzz. You don't have Facebook or Instagram? All right, so just business. Let's make it easy. Let's make it easier. WhatsApp. Share your WhatsApp. And I'll just call you. We don't need social media. We can make a phone call. JJ Sendeja. If Crawford wins, people going to need therapy. I'm telling you, they needed that therapy when he did it to Errol. By the end of the day, may the best win. Felipe the Rocha. Ooh, Felipe the Rocha. What a super sticker for your boy Jay Smith. Felipe the Rocha. Bam, salute. Mr. KO, facts. I'm still rocking with Bud, even though it goes either way. Look, when you understand that it's two elite level fighters facing each other, you know the type of combat, the type of fight that you're going to witness. But if you're always discrediting somebody and trying to say that they're a hype job and trying to say all these negative things, when they win, you're going to be hurt. Your feelings are going to be hurt. Go get the money. They're going to say Crawford juicing, but never pop dirty. My God, I already had somebody tell me. Yo, if Crawford wins, that's because he on steroids. I'm like, God damn, that's it? You already just made up your mind like that? That's how people be doing it these days. Malik K, hold up, Kurt. But I see what's going on here, big bro. Giovanni Walker, Jay Smith, I'm an OG from Los Angeles. I do not know to go to your DM and get verified, but I still enjoy with or without a wrench your boxing conversation. Now, Giovanni Walker, don't worry, you could give me a phone number. A phone call could get you verified, my G. A phone call. Let's get a phone call. That's it. Mr. Ninja. Mr. Ninja been down with the program. I think even Mr. Ninja even had a wrench. Mr. Ninja, I'm returning some of the wrenches that was taken away. Look, Mr. Ninja. That's my IG. Hit me up. Right there, Mr. Ninja. And you'll be able to get your wrench back. There you go, my peoples. I'm giving back the wrenches. Giving back the wrenches. But before you get the wrench, verify your account. Right there, Mr. Ninja. Verify your account. And you back. Mr. KO, he only wins by points. I mean, honestly, I do believe it. I believe that it's going to be a decision win for Terence Crawford. Hey, Gordo, salute to all real boxing fans in the building. Hey, Gordo, your YouTube channel, is it an older YouTube channel or a new YouTube channel? Let me know, Hey, Gordo. So again, my peoples, I believe that because that's where I see the difference. Crawford fans, they understand how good Canelo is. If Canelo wins, he's that good. But Canelo fans, they're always hating on Crawford. They're always hating on his opponents. They're always hating on everything that he's ever done. So therefore, when he wins, they feel goofy. Rey Gordo, that's a new YouTube account? Whoa. Okay, Rey Gordo. So look, let's verify you to make sure that you don't have a fake account, right? Right there, Rey Gordo. Look, J Smith 134. Hit my DM with your Instagram or let me know if you got Facebook and we could get you verified. Leroy Gibbs, Canelo hits too hard for Crawford. Soft frame. I don't know how you decided that Crawford got a soft frame, but cool story, champ. John Parent, his channel's 5 years old. 5 years old. Rey Gordo is 5 years old? Yeah, the vegetable salad been scamming since then. So there you go, Rey Gordo. I'm going to get you verified real quick. J Smith 134 right there. Just hit my DM. We'll verify you in front of the peoples. Just business. Now, I think that Crawford just didn't have the promotion like others. But you got to admit, his switch up. Just business. Are you going to be able to verify your account? Because I think I asked you a few times already. Mr. Ninja. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Ninja. Send me a message to my DM. John Parham. Mr. Ninja is solid. I checked his YouTube channel. Mr. Ninja, you don't got to send shit no more. You got verified. You don't got to send shit no more, Mr. Ninja. You legit. Salute to Mr. Ninja in the building. John Parham out here doing the Lord's work. Mr. KO, I can't lie about the truth. Canelo can pummel Bud first. But if Crawford wants to win, he has to break Canelo down skillfully, round by round, and make Canelo whiff on a lot of those big shots to gas him. That's a good assessment. I don't think he's going to have to gas him, though. I think Crawford has the type of ability that he'll be able to hang with him for 12 rounds. They'll be able to... What's good, brother? Chilling. They'll be able to go back and forth for 12 rounds. That's not going to be a problem. So I don't think endurance, strength, power, all of that stuff is not going to be a factor in this fight. Like I told you, man, skills pay the bills. It's all about the skills. Leroy Gibbs, if Crawford move through and take the power edge off, make Canelo go deep rounds, Crawford may win. Just business, I sent you my cell number. That's my dead homie on the picture tag. Did you send it to the DM? Okay, Domingo Bonilla's in the building. Domingo Bonilla's in the building. Domingo Bonilla's in the building, my people. My people, Domingo Bonilla's in the building. Y'all ready, Domingo Bonilla, to give y'all a live verification? My peoples, we got a live verification on Box Center. Live verification in Box Center. This how we dealing with the vegetable salad. Domingo Bonilla's in the building. Domingo Bonilla's in the building. Domingo, what's good, brother? Bam. Let me show you to the people real quick. My people, Domingo Bonilla's in the building. Domingo Bonilla is in the building. Verify, my peoples. Yeah. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. You already know. Domingo Bonilla, my peoples. I gotta find Domingo Bonilla. That's a wrench. Mr. Ninja says, John, you deserve my respect, my brother. Well, Mr. Ninja, I'm going to tell you what you deserve. You deserve a wrench. That's what you deserve. Bonilla, talk to me. I'm trying to find you, Bonilla. I'm trying to get you your wrench, bro. Domingo Bonilla. Where's Domingo Bonilla? We got to get him wrenched up. I just can't find him right now. ¿Dónde está el hermanito mío, Domingo Bonilla? Domingo Bonilla's out here somewhere. We're going to get to him. Mr. Ninja. Superman Smith, you saw that? My bad, Superman, tell me. Smith, you saw what Bud told Ben? I didn't. What'd he tell him? I know that Ben and Shakur kind of went back and forth, but I didn't see it, my G. Let me know, Superman, what I missed out on. Because I did not see Crawford say anything to Ben if there was an interaction. If there was an interaction there. Come on now. Come on, my people. Come on, my people. Let me know. And again, I know that we've made a bunch of predictions about Crawford versus Canelo. Mr. Ninja, salute. Bam. I know we've made so many predictions about Crawford and Canelo, but before the fight, the day of the fight, that morning, there's going to be a special episode of Boxing for Breakfast. And that episode is only going to be focused on Canelo and Crawford. We're not talking about nothing else but Canelo and Crawford for that episode. And you guys who predicted that Canelo is going to beat up Crawford, you're going to have the opportunity to take that prediction back. Come on now. Going to be able to take that prediction back and predict the right way. Giovanni Walker, if Charlo can go 12 rounds with Canelo, I think Crawford can go 12 rounds and win a decision. Superman, he was asking him questions, but told him he needs to work out more and be in better shape. Oh, straight up like that? Damn. I mean, you know what? That's good feedback, though. I say damn because Conor Ben looked like he's in good shape. But I have seen him balloon up in weight between fights. Maybe Crawford was referring to that. Like, you know, staying more on his game when it comes to his body. Leroy Gibbs, remember when Amir Khan was getting off clean shots on Canelo? Canelo was patient. When the time right, he played the punch down and knocked out. That was a good shot. He gave him a good shot. But Khan was moving up in weight. People viewed him as the smaller fighter. They're going to say Crawford is a smaller fighter, but Crawford's going to put the beats on him. Put the beats on him. Just business, John. I mean, yeah, but his defense, just business. Just business. I asked you about verification, and I don't know. It seems like you've been dodging that question. Just business. What's going on with you? You've been dodging the verification, just business. What is going on with just business? Talk to me, John Parham. I've been asking him about Facebook. I've been asking him about Instagram. It's just business, a vegetable salad. Come on, just business. I'm trying. I'm trying with you. But if you have no way to verify anything, then it's going to tell me that you're a vegetable salad. John Parham, Jay Smith, just business is straight. Just business is straight. If you say he's straight, he's straight. If John Parham say just business is straight, it's straight. My peoples, I'm about to end this live, but before I do, I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in this morning. Beautiful morning, Monday morning. This episode of Boxing for Breakfast, you know, there's another one in the building. We're going to keep doing what we do, my peoples. Really appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody who tuned in. John Parham, JJ Zendejas, Superman, Mr. Ninja, Just Business, and everybody else who tuned in, my peoples. Y'all already know how we doing it these days, man. Box Center is going to be the #1 boxing channel, not just in the world, not just in the galaxy, not just in the Milky Way, in the universe, my people. This is it right here, Box Center. Your favorite boxers, favorite boxing show. I'm Jay Smith. I'm out of here, my people. One love to everybody. I really appreciate y'all, man. Bam. I hope you guys enjoy